Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to my channel, Autumn and the Mage. I'm doing a general reading in regards to love for you, Gemini. We're starting here with the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck to get the overall energy for you and the connection that you're here about. So the card that came out is card number 9, which is Assessing, which I believe came out for Taurus too as well, actually. But Assessing is about looking at the path that you're on, where you started and where you're currently sitting and where you hoped to be. Are you still on that path towards whatever it was you were looking for? Do you need to make an adjustment to get back onto that path? Or have you found that the new path that you're on is actually what you'd like for yourself? It's really just looking at the whole picture, where you started, where you're headed, and where you're sitting, and possibly like considering adjusting the path. Okay. We're going to take a look now with the tarot. Gemini, we're going to ask 6 questions and hopefully get 1 card per question. Hasn't worked out quite that way yet, but we can hope. So we're going to start with the person that you're connecting with. We want to see if we can with 1 card. Spirit, how does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person connecting with Gemini feel about them, please? Oh, we get the Tower card. In this deck, it's called the Blasted Beach, which, there's something that's surprising them. They're surprised by something. Maybe something has recently changed. Oh, I didn't mean life renewed. So this is the Judgment card, which is a reconciliation possibly, but Judgment has to do with like letting go of something, letting go of the past. And it's actually more about acceptance. It's about accepting what is, what happened before and what is happening now. It's already happened. And so just accepting it for what it is actually empowers you, and actually it gives you many more options than you realized. But people get so stuck, and wanting something to be something specific. And so it looks like with the Tower there and the Life Renewed, it looks like they're trying to come to terms with something, like something happened between you possibly, or maybe they just realized something on their own that they just didn't know, and it shocked them and it surprised them. And with that realization, they're trying to like be okay with it. They're trying to accept it and come to terms with it. Can we take a look at Gemini? How does Gemini feel? How does Gemini feel about this person they're connecting with, please? No, those weren't the right cards. I just dropped those on accident. Can you tell me, how does Gemini feel about this person? I didn't even look at them, so I don't even know what they were. I'm sorry, Gemini, if you were curious. Can you tell me, how does Gemini feel? How does Gemini feel about this person, please? Okay, we get the Queen of Wands. This is fire energy here, so you may be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but the Queen of Wands is attraction, for sure. It's feeling very attracted to them. Maybe even like drawn to them in a way that you possibly can't explain. Very magnetic sort of feeling with the Queen of Wands there. Possibly even they make you feel more attractive. That sometimes can be read in that way, but I would say overall that you're very attracted to the person, that your interest in them is a lot of physical attraction. Okay, that Temperance card also came out here, and Temperance is Sagittarius energy, so that's 2 cards there. That's Sagittarius. You might be dealing with the Sagittarius, but Temperance is about balance and seeking balance, and also patience. Like it's like you're very attracted to them, but you're not, like you're trying to be You're trying to be patient about it. You're trying not to like force anything and just kind of play it cool and not be too obvious about it, okay? Let's go ahead and see what they're hoping for with you, Gemini. What are they hoping for with Gemini? The Five of Pentacles for a hope. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling like you're not enough for something. You're not in some way, you lack in some way. It can also be financial, like specifically in regards to something financial. But as far as hopes, how would you interpret that? I don't think that they're hoping to be rejected. Well, okay, because in the Five of Pentacles, it can be a card of rejection, you know, because the person is left outside and they don't feel like they can go back into where it's warm and comfortable and friendly. They feel like they have to stay outside, and either that's because they're rejected or because they feel like they are inadequate in some way. And I mean, it's possible that this person is not interested in like having more with you. What does Gemini hope for with this person? What's Gemini hope for? Gemini hoping for here? Three of Pentacles. So that's the Three of Pentacles is very much a friendship card in my opinion, but it's about coming together and working towards something. It's about collaboration. So this would indicate that you do want to come together with them, but almost like you'd accept a friendship if that's, you know, what's on the table, okay? Because the Three of Pentacles, like I said, can be friendship, but also, but really it's about coming together and collaborating. I feel like you want this person to like be a part of your life, you know, you don't want them to like go away or anything, but you are, I would say, attracted to them and trying to like temper that attraction. And they may feel like they're inadequate in some way, and they may be hoping for some kind of with the Five of Pentacles here in their hopes. I mean, if they are setting themselves out, because the person who's sitting outside, they don't feel good enough, you know, they don't feel worthy for whatever reason, and that might be part of what's going on with this person. I mean, I don't know, you know your story better than I do. I can just tell you what the cards are saying. And with the Five of Pentacles, it could be that they are hoping to keep themselves away from you because they feel inadequate in some way. Either way, it does look like their hope in this situation is to isolate themselves, and either because they're not interested in having more or because they don't feel worthy of having more, and so they're looking to pull away. Sometimes we do that out of fear. Like, you know, have you ever met someone and they think so well of you and you're almost afraid for them to find out that you're not perfect, or not perfect is not the right way, but they think so highly of you and you just don't want them to see your flaws. You're so grateful that they think well of you. I don't know if that's the situation here. Oh, Ace of Wands to clarify the Five of Pentacles. And that's interesting because this Ace of Wands to me can very much be talking about a physical connection, you know, that for me anyway, Ace of Wands is often physical in nature, like a new beginning in that way. And I find that interesting because over here we have you feeling the Queen of Wands towards them and trying to temper yourself, you know, trying to control that, trying to balance it and chill it almost, okay? And then over here we have them like almost saying that they don't want to initiate that kind of connection, like they don't want to have a physical connection possibly. Let's go ahead and see if the energies continue as they are. What's the most likely outcome? What's the most likely outcome for this connection? we get 3 cards, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Wands is like persistence. You know, the Nine of Wands is called the wounded warrior because he's been hurt, but he's still continuing down the path. So there's this, and then also with the Five of Wands, it's Five of Wands represents conflict, but also like kind of a fight. Okay, but the fight is happening because wands represent our passions, and these are things that we feel very strongly about. So we're going to fight for them. It's important to us that we win. And so we're going to keep pushing forward. And so both of these cards indicate like a continue to work at something, to push at something. Okay. And then the Nine of Swords, which is stressing, which, I mean, yeah. So the outcome currently is that there's going to be a lot. It looks like, well, you know, recently I feel like Gemini, in one of your recent readings with me, it felt like you were opening up to a possible connection with somebody that you regularly compete against, you know, like not an enemy, okay, but like someone that a rival of some kind. And I don't know why that just came to mind. So maybe that's what this has to do with, you know, continuing to push forward in that rivalry, but stressing about whether or not it would become more, or if it could become, or the fact that it's not becoming more possibly. But yeah, there is this energy of continuing to push at each other, continuing to like clash with each other and stress about it. Let's see, what advice would Spirit give you? What advice would you give Gemini to achieve the goal that they want here? Like how would we get to that? I really was looking for a love relationship here. And it's not that this doesn't look like love exactly. It could be, but it also feels like, yeah, like somebody, maybe something went wrong with someone and you just want to push towards being a friend with them, but you find them very attractive. And they're almost like putting up a wall. I don't know. Let's see what advice would you give? Gemini, please, Tarot. What advice would you give? What action should they take? We get the Hierophant, which is card number 5 in the deck, which is Taurus energy. You might be dealing with the Taurus. Oh, that's right. That assessing card came out with Taurus as well. But anyway, with the Hierophant, why do I keep saying 5? But with the Hierophant, the advice is to follow the path. The Hierophant is someone they're kind of a traditionalist, and there is a path that they're on. You know, they're progressing forward, they're moving forward, they're taking the next step. And that's what this card is about, taking the next step, but specifically the proper step. You know, do the things in the proper order, you know, don't just leap up here. You have to start here and take this step and this step. You can't just like jump all the way. And so with the Hierophant coming out as advice, I would say that it's asking you to, follow what you believe, okay? What you believe is right, what you believe is correct, and do it in the right order, but also continue to move forward. Because with the Hierophant, it's constant expansion and constant growth, okay? It's also possibly calling you to focus on your belief, focus on your faith, and strengthening yourself there, because the Hierophant is also often considered like a spiritual guide of some kind, you know, and helping you lift and helping you raise yourself up in that way. So we're also going to get advice here from this deck, and I don't know what this deck is called. I got it at a little shop in Utah, and it was just wrapped in plastic, so it didn't have like a title card or anything. It was interesting, but I grabbed it because it was flames. I don't know why, but it grabbed my attention. But anyway, what advice would you give Gemini in regards to this connection? The messages on the card are a little bit weird. You'll see here in just a second. So you kind of have to like read it and I am burning away the old pains. I'm igniting the flame of rebirth. Yeah. Okay. So there's something here about letting go of past hurt. Okay. Right. Because I'm burning away the old pain. Um, right. So wasn't that here somewhere? Yeah. We had this life renewed, the judgment card, which is very much like releasing yourself from the pains of the past. You know, that happened and it's already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. So burning away the old pains and igniting the flame of rebirth, which, I mean, that is, it indicates here that there is a chance that you could reconnect with this person. Rebirth and reunion and reconciliation, all of those things are, by the way, things that can happen in a relationship you're currently in. You could be living with someone, you could be married to someone, and still in that situation, like, need to create a rebirth or a reconnection or a reunion of some kind within that connection. You know, it's not always because you're actually physically apart. You know, it's saying, like, let go of past pain. If you're holding on to something, like, go ahead and let it go. Past experiences, that's happened. Okay. And ignite the flame of rebirth, you know. I want to check one thing. Okay, sorry, I wanted to read that assessing card just to make sure I wasn't missing anything here, because well, yeah, I mean, you're really being advised to not to give up necessarily. I mean, why'd I say it that way? Not to give up, to go ahead and, like, continue pushing, but make sure you're following the right path with this Hierophant coming out in its advice. You know, there does seem to be an indication that this can, like, work out, that you can push it towards something, but definitely want to make sure. The Hierophant can, I guess, also advise you to seek counsel from somebody, somebody that you trust, like a trusted individual. So if that resonates for you, if there's someone that you've been thinking about asking for advice or asking for help with this situation, this could be recommending that you do that. But yeah, from what I'm getting here is that you can push, you can settle this situation. Like, you can balance it and um, achieve this, you know, this Three of Pentacles that you're looking for. But make sure you're following the right path, you know. And yeah. So anyway, Gemini, I hope that you enjoyed the reading. I hope that it resonated for you. If you did, I'd love to hear about it. If you wouldn't mind posting a comment, if you feel comfortable, that's cool. If you just like the video, if you could, you know, like it for me. And if you haven't already and feel comfortable subscribing, that would be great as well. That would bring my videos up into your feed more often. So if you'd like to do that, awesome. Either way, thank you so much for watching, because it really means a lot to me. I love reading tarot. So thank you for being here for this, and good luck to you in this and anything else you're working on, Gemini. I hope I see you back here again next week. Bye.